everyone, it's Ann here and it's Monday night and I am excited to be with you. I am popping on a few minutes early to let Facebook know that I've gone live. If you're here and you're on with me, say hi. I'm just checking my settings and making sure that it looks good on my iPad. So yeah, if you're here, say hi. Hope you've had a great day. The sun was shining, the temperature was warm here in Ontario. So I am from Ontario, Canada, and I am very excited to be with you. For those that do not know me, my name is Ann Granger, and I am an independent demonstrator here in Canada, and I am excited to be with you. This is our Monday night crafting session, and we are on week number 13. Can you believe that? I'm excited. I have some fun things to share with you tonight, a little bit of updates, and we'll be sharing a fun project with you that was an inspiration from a birthday card that I received back in December, and I thought what a great idea to share that with you. And we'll be focusing on the retiring Incolours. So as you know, each Monday night I go live in my group, and the reason I go live in my Stamp with Ann group instead of my Facebook page is because Facebook will let you know that I've gone live, whereas a page is all about algorithms. So if you're not getting that notification, you might miss me. You can always catch me on my blog and all my social media, and I am on all social media, so you just find me under Stamp with Ann. If you're joining me, say hello. Let me know that you are here. If I see your comment, I will comment, and if not, know that I will go back and answer it later. If you're watching on the replay from my blog or YouTube, please give me some love or likes, because that's what Facebook and YouTube like, and let me know how you're enjoying these videos. So, as you know, you can always find me at www.stampwithann.com. That is my blog, and I always post my Monday projects on my blog during the week, and I share the samples that we created with you. So I'm excited, and I always post them to YouTube too. So if you're on YouTube, subscribe to me so you know when my videos have gone live. So we have lots to share with you tonight. So I'm going to flip the camera and say hello to those that have already started joining me. Hello, hello. I'm going to flip the camera and we are going to get started. We have a lot to chat about. I've got some couple things to share with you, and then we will get into our project. So give me 1 minute. We're just going to flip the camera. So close your eyes, don't watch, and we will be with you in 1 minute. All right, if you are on and you can let me know, I really need to figure out a different way of flipping my camera. If you're on and you can let me know how the view looks, that would be great. Just let me pull up the comments on my iPad. So yeah, if you're here, let me know. Does the view look great? I think I look straight. So if anyone can just let me know, that would be great. Just either give me a thumbs up or a comment. I know there's a bit of a delay. So the first thing I wanted to share with you while you guys are just making sure that everything looks good is I wanted to share with you that my hostess code special for the month of March is this one right here. So if you're placing an order of $50 or more, you qualify for my hostess, which I call is my Sweet Rewards thank you gift. Each month I do something different, and this month I decided to pack up some designer series paper. I actually sat down yesterday and went through a lot of my paper and cut them up into 6x6. So I have, this is not even all of them, this is just some of them. But I am just sharing some of the packs of paper. Look, I even have some old paper. So there's Christmas, there's Celebration, there's stuff that just came out of the retiring holiday catalog, which was our August to December. So I have lots of these that I can't wait to hand out and give to somebody. So a $50 order during the month of March, you will get one of these in your bag as my way of saying thank you. And if you place an order online, I will ship it out to you. So there's 12 sheets, double-sided, 6x6, and you get just as my way of saying thank you for shopping with me. The second thing I wanted to share with you is, don't forget our butterfly bouquet bundle just came available. So this is an exclusive sneak peek from our new annual 2021 catalog, which will be out May 4th. So mark that calendar, May 4th. If you are a customer of mine and have placed regular orders with me, you will receive one automatic. And if you are not a customer of mine and are in Canada and are looking for a demonstrator, I would love to help you out and I can ship you out a catalog. Just let me know. So just want to remind you that the Butterfly Brilliance bundle, which is a stamp set and dies, we used it last week at our Facebook Live, is available along with the Butterfly Bijou and the Natural Touch Designer Series paper. And then you can order it all as a collection. These two papers are while supplies last, so they will not be carrying over to the 2020 annual catalog. So I want to make sure you get those beforehand because this paper, as you can tell, cuts out. We did a Facebook Live last week, so you can check it out. But what I wanted to share with you tonight is my next class for the month of May. So this is our fourth class in our chocolate and card series, and the reason why I call it chocolate and cards is I love creating cards and I love eating chocolate, so the two go hand in hand for me. You are going to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. Yeah, 2 each of 4 designs. A couple of them are fancy folds. With this class, there's a few different options. There's 2 different options. You can get just the card pack as option 1. Oh, there's 3 options, sorry. The card pack, which is $40 plus $25 in consumable products. So you can get a full roll of the Pool Party sheer ribbon. Look at that. And then you're also going to get a full pack of the Designer Series paper. If you're wanting to add on the stamp set, which is Massive Thanks, is the greeting that I used, or you could use your own thank you. You could add that on for add-on price, or you can add the Butterfly Brilliance bundle. I will be doing a video just to show you all this, give you the details, and the sign-up date is March 15th, so it is soon approaching, but I just wanted to share that with you. All right, so if you have any questions, you can let me know. So tonight's project is one that I shared with you that I told you I received as a birthday card. So my birthday is in December and my good friend Heather shared this card with me and I was like, oh my God. So first of all, if you don't know, I love bird watching. I have 3 feeders outside my front window, which is actually my craft studio, and I love it. Like I just sit here and I love when the windows are open. You can hear the birds chirping, even right now in the winter, especially right now, they're feeding off the feeders like crazy. So I'm a huge bird lover. So this actually will be showcasing the free as a bird stamp set. And I wanted to share with you the Retiring Incolours. So this is a card that my friend Heather gave me, and I'm going to use hers as an inspiration. So I'm going to share with you the project that we are actually going to make and the different samples. So I'm going to show you the project we're going to make, and then I'm going to share the samples with you later. So this is the one we're going to make. So Heather, my friend Heather, used, I believe this is Balmy Blue, and she used the inserts from the the Forest Greenery collection, and it was funny. I knew I had it, and do you think I could find it when I was creating my cards? Nope, not at all. Could not find it. So I came across the Dragonflies, and I'm going to share the specialty paper with you. So I used it on this one, and then on the other ones, I actually used vellum. So I'm going to share that with you. So I'm going to bring that card here for a minute, and I'm just going to share with you what I'm talking about. So this one is the Dandy Laser Cut paper. So you get these sheets, and inside these sheets inside this pack are these cute little like accents, or you can get these cool little inserts. So they're just, I'm gonna bring these out. So they're already die cut for you, and the fact that they just go perfectly on a card is wonderful. So that's the dragon one that goes with the Dragonfly bundle that's in the new January to June. So they close that up. So the one I actually was looking for was this one. I searched and searched. My friend was here. We searched, she searched, and by golly, I was going through my papers and I found it. So this is the Forever Gold specialty paper. So the neat thing about this is, once again, it is a whole bunch of die cuts. This goes with the Forever Fern bundle. So look at those. You can just punch those out. So the neat thing about this one is they have these little papers like this right here. So how cool. Gold on one side, white on the other. So that is what we're actually going to use tonight. And I think just for our project tonight, maybe I might use, we'll try a couple. I'm gonna pull these ones out. So as I said, you get a couple sheets. and you get these really cool accents. So these are the Forever Gold, and they are in our the annual catalog. So yeah, so I'm not sure if they're carrying over at this point, but if you like them, I would suggest ordering them sooner than later. Okay, let me just move those out of my way, and we're going to get started. Okay, so what you need is, I'm going to show you how to make this. Let me just put my card samples back in here because I'm going to share it. So we are using the Free as a Bird stamp set, which is one of my favorites. It has a great collection of birds and some flowers and some neat sayings. That's a saying. We are using vellum cardstock, so it's just a thicker cardstock. We are using the retiring, so tonight's class is focusing on the retiring Incolours. So they're the 2019, 2021 colors, and I'm going to share those colors with you after and give you a little tip on those colors. So we are using Seaside Spray, so you need a piece that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then we also needed the painted texture, and we also need the rectangle stitched. Now, I'm just going to grab, because I forgot to grab my Seaside Spray. Okay, so let's do some die cutting first to get that out of my way. Then we will get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in our our Stamp and Cut emboss machine. So this is the big one. I call him the big boss because he is the big boss. He helps me out a lot in my studio. I use him like, honestly, I love my die cutting machine. Either this one or the mini, I use them all the time. Okay, so we are using the platforms, and we are going to put this on here, and we are using our stitched rectangles. Let me just make sure I get the right size. So we are using the biggest one, and we're going to use making sure I got the right pieces, this one. So the neat thing about this is you can actually interlay them together. All right, so we're just gonna make sure we're centered. You can do them one at a time if you want. Either way. And we're just going to roll it through. Oh, sorry, guys. Whew. Sometimes those stitch framelits are hard. You actually should put them on an angle. So then what you do when you take that off, you have a piece that looks like this. And then you have an extra piece that you can use. Okay, so let's put those back. And I'm just going to grab my other one. I'm just making sure it's the right size. Okay, so now we're actually going to cut this size, which is the fourth smallest rectangle from the top in vellum. So we're just going to do that on an angle. Okay. So we have a piece of vellum that looks like that. Now I am done with my stitch rectangles. Yeah. Okay, so now let me just move some of this stuff out of my way. So what I want to do is I want to add a bit of texture to my rectangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rectangle and I'm going to put it in the painted texture. I love this embossing folder. I always tell my customers, oh, that looks like a little, maybe let's see. I always tell my customers best bang for your buck is embossing folders. Okay, so for our embossing folders, we only need number one, our plate, and this. Okay, and we are all done cutting, so let me just move this off the table and put it back in. Okay, so now we have a really cool embossed stitched rectangle. Okay, so now what we need is we're going to bring this in. And we're just going to put our pieces over here for a minute. So what we're going to use is the Seaside Spray Ink. So Seaside Spray is one of the collections that is retiring. So the colors that are leaving us are Seaside Spray, Pretty Peacock, Purple Posy, Ricardo Rose, and Terracotta Tile. And I'm telling you, I use Purple Posy and Pretty Peacock and Seaside a lot. I am really going to miss those colors when they leave. So I always tell my customers to invest in your products. Make sure you have re-inkers for your ink pads. You have all the cardstock that you want. Protect that investment that you've already made, because if you don't have a re-inker for your ink pad, once your ink pad dries out, it's pretty much not good unless you can find one. So I am literally just stamping the flower around my edge and just kind of peeking it out here and there. So that's kind of called random stamping. So once again, this is Seaside Spray. It is a great color. I almost wonder if Stampin' Up! Will do a color change in the future and include some of these great colors that are leaving us. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're going to take this piece, and you guys are going to help me decide which one you want. So we can put the leaves behind it. So this is what the leaves look like. Or we can put this funky, there's a piece in here, let's get that out. Or this funky, I want to call, what would you call that pattern? Like a hashtag, not a hashtag, but direction arrows. I don't know, this funky one. So which one should I use? Let me know. Give me, yes, Brenda, I love the birds too. Let me know which one you like, the leaves or this one. I'm going to grab my glue while you decide and let me, if someone wants to answer. The first person to answer or comment, I will pick which one people want. The leaves, I'll show you the leaves again. I kind of like the leaves. Yeah, I like the leaves. I think the leaves would be cool. Oh, the chevron. Okay, so one person says leaves, the other person says chevron. All right, anyone else going to be the tiebreaker? I think just because of the birds behind it, I don't know. Let's see. I think this might be too busy with the leaves. I think I'm going to try the chevron, just because I think with the leaves behind the trees, it might be busy. All right, so let's do this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your Tombow glue and you're literally just going to go around the edge. Okay. And you're going to make sure you put the white side, so you want your gold side up facing you. And you're just going to put that down. Okay, so it's going to look like that. So when you flip it over, it'll look like that. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in these really cool, if you have not seen these are our foam adhesive sheets. And they are really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these. So they just come in strips like this, and they're foam. They're like a big giant dimensional. They're just on a strip. So you're going to take this off, and you're literally going to just put it down the edge, and then you're going to cut. So these are in our annual catalog. Sometimes I forget about things I have, and I realized I had a call today with my business coach from Stampin' Up, and I was saying how I'm really enjoying my Facebook Lives, and I love just sitting down on the weekend and creating. And sometimes I find product that I haven't used, and I'm like, I'm gonna use that. So thank you for joining me on Facebook Lives, or if you watch on a replay, because I am enjoying creating cards for you. Okay, so there is our foam sheets. Let me just, don't throw away those edges, because those are great foam sheets that you can use for other projects. So just like a dimensional, you can use it, it's just a little bigger on the thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull off this foam sheet. And there we go. And we're going to bring in our card, And you're literally just going to put it down like that. So what it does is it creates that little bit, I'm gonna pull it on the side so you can see that little bit of dimension. So that's what it looks like. All right, so we're going to grab a white piece, just tuck in there for a minute. Okay, so what I'm actually gonna do is we're gonna stamp the birds now. And when I stamp to color with blends, I like to stamp with a thick white. So you're going to use a thick white. And you're going to grab your stamp. And we're going to put our birds down. And we're going to stamp in Memento ink. So like you're using our Stampin' Blends, you're going to want to use Memento ink because it helps them not bleed. But if you have not used our Stampin' Blends, I highly recommend you invest in some. At first, I would start with the core colors of the colors you feel you would need, like some greens and browns, and then I would move into some more colors. But trust me, you're going to want multiple sets. They are just, I love them. They're great, especially if you love to color. They are great. So we are using the colors of Crumb Cake, Granny Apple Green, Seaside Spray, and Rock a Rose. So here's a tip. Those retiring colors have Stampin' Blends. The only one that does not have a Stampin' Blend is the Terracotta Tile. So make sure you guys stock up on these blends if you like these colors. And I'm gonna give you a tip. Our retiring list is coming out towards the end of March. Once that retiring list comes out, those Incolours products go very quickly. All right, so let's do some coloring here. I was going to actually color this beforehand, but I was like, you know what? That's what a Facebook Live is. It's all about coloring and sharing. So I'm just adding some Crumb Cake. Now I'm gonna go in with my so it's just like, it's a great coloring, but the one thing about it is you can add depth with the light and dark, and you can shade as you needed. So once it dries, you can go back. I'm going to come in with the dark Granny Apple and just do some highlights on my leaves. And you'll see why in a minute. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my light green, and what I'm doing is just pulling the colors. I'm going around in circles. You can leave some white spaces as the sun is reflecting on it. So now I'm going to come in with my dark Rock a Rose. And I'm just going to add some little color, just kind of in the center. And then I'm going to pull it with my light. So what I'm doing is blending the light and the dark. I'm excited to see what our new Incolours will be. So every year Stampin' Up! Releases 5 core colors that they are their trendy colors of the year, or they complement our other color families. And those colors are around for 2 years. And then after those 2 years, they retire them. Sometimes in the past, usually every 3 to 5 years, Stampin' Up! Does a color change where they look at the colors to make sure they're on trend with the color families. And yeah, so we had that, I think 2.5 years ago, so I don't think that will be quite yet. But it would be nice if they added some of these colors back when they retire. So make sure you stock up. Trust me, those colors, I've been with Stampin' Up! This will be, I think I'm on 14 years of Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and those are the colors that always go quickly. Let me just grab some yellow for my bleak. My favorite bird I love Blue Jays. I love Cardinals. Cardinals are my favorite, and I love Oreos. So we have an Oreo feeder that we love to set out. I've been having a lot of house finches. They're red-breasted house finches that attend my feeder, and woodpeckers. So really cool to see those. I'm just gonna add this little dark. I'm gonna add some little color here. I'll go back and color it in. I think my time for a new re-ink or new blend. But as you can see, as I color that, I might have to go back with my other one. Very dark. I think that one's almost done. Depending on how much you color is how long they last. But highly recommended if you love to color. I was going to leave that because I kind of like the way the birds are. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do some fussy cutting. So I'm just going to start this a little bigger. And I need paper snips. So when I like to cut a smaller piece, I do bring in my paper snips. And so what I'm doing is just kind of letting the paper guide. Throw off those extra pieces when you don't need them. Like I could cut these out beforehand and color, but like I said, sometimes learning the ins and outs of coloring. It's also a great time to just chat with you guys, see how everything is going. If there's any time you'd like to see a product you not sure how to use, or not sure like a stamp set or what to do with it, let me know. I could take requests, and if I have it, I will definitely create some projects with it. Okay, so there's my birds. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I want to put vellum on here. So we're gonna put vellum and then here. So here's a trick with vellum. You see the adhesive. So what I tend to do is I hide my adhesive behind my element that I'm actually gonna adhere down. So I'm gonna adhere this bird. So we're just gonna put them like that. So now when I put them on my card, I'm actually only gonna put adhesive in the spot that is where my card is. Now you could, if you like the glue dots, you could use the glue dots. I just like the fact that it doesn't show in between. So there is our card. Let me just put it inside in my here. All right, and there you go. There is our project for tonight. Okay, so this one is Seaside Spray. So what I'm just gonna pull that in there so it'll pop down, sticking up. So I wanted to share what the other colors looked like. So this one uses the laser cut. I'm gonna call this a laser cut from the Dandy Garden one. This is from the Forever Firm. So when on the weekend when I was making these projects and I realized I did not have what I thought I was looking for, I created these ones with just vellum behind. So this is just vellum. I cut it out And then I use the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder. So it's interesting to see the look. So this is Purple Posy with Blackberry, Purple Posy, and I accented it with Blackberry Bliss. Then I did, this one is Pretty Peacock, and I accented it with Mango Melody. And this one is Ricardo Rose, and I accented it with Balmy Blue. Let me just, so you can see those right there. And then the last one is the Terracotta Tile. Now, we don't have blends in the Terracotta Tile, so I colored my birds in with Cajun Craze, and my color was Bermuda Bay. So I just kind of, so there is your, so these are the 5 Incolors right here. These Incolors will be leaving us at the beginning of May. So May 3rd is when this 2020 catalog is done. So this one, these are the colors you're going to want to focus on. So you're going to want to check your in stock to make sure, do you have cardstock of these? Do you like? Do you have the re-inker to go with your ink pads? Remember, these all have Stampin' Blends except for the Terracotta. Do you have your stamping blends? Do you have, there's DSP in the color families. There is embellishments, so make sure you have the embellishments to go with these. So just check your stock to see what you have. For the one big one I would really make sure to tell you is to make sure you have the ink re-inker for your ink pad. I would do re-inker, check your cardstock, make sure you have the ink pad, check to make sure you have the re-inker, check to make sure you have the cardstock, and then stamping blends. As I said, I am really going to miss these colors. I use Seaside and Purple Posy a lot. I really like Purple Posy paired with Blackberry Bliss. Like, I just think it's a very elegant color. So I wanted to share these with you to remind you that you have a few more weeks before those Incolors do retire. I can tell you that we have an inventory list, and some of these colors are already on the low inventory list. So I would hope that Stampin' Up! Will continue to make them till the retiring list is gone, comes out, which is towards the end of March. And then it's after that is just while supplies last. So I always tell my customers, order early so you don't miss out. So check your stock. I have an order going in on, let's say, Monday. I usually do ones Wednesday nights and Sunday nights. So if you want to tag along, just send me a message. And that is what I wanted to share with you tonight. So that is our Facebook Live. I hope you enjoyed tonight's project of showcasing this neat little idea. So as I said, this one was done with a Dandy Garden laser cut elements. This one was the Forever Fern, and then these ones I created with vellum because I wanted to show you what you could do, one look but different ways. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. This video will be up on my YouTube channel and my blog towards midweek. I just have to upload it, and you will find these also on Pinterest and social media, so on my Facebook page and Instagram. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had a great night and enjoyed crafting with me, and I will see you back here next Monday night at 7 for another project. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, you know where to reach me. I would love to help you out as being your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So thank you so much for joining me, and have a great night, everyone, and I will see you next Wednesday night. Bye, everyone. I'm sorry, Monday night. Next Monday night at 7. Bye, everyone. Have a great night.